The- In this lecture, we can learn about time division multiple access. So time division multiple access is one of the multiple access scheme we have for the wireless communication, and where it has been now mainly used for the digital transmission purpose. So we are giving more importance to this scheme called time division multiple access. And here actually what is the main thing is TDMA divides the radio spectrum, available radio frequency spectrum, into time slots, and in each slot only one user will be allowed. That is, he can able to transmit or he can able to receive. And another thing, this slot will be given in a cyclical manner so that more number of users can able to access the channel. So that is the main part of thing here. So a channel can be thought of as a particular time slot that reoccurs every frame. Then TDMA systems transmit data in a buffer and burst method. So here, since this is a non-continuous form of transmission, here we can say the TDMA systems transmit data in a buffer and burst method. So because of this, we can say like when comparable to the FDMA system, here we can say that accommodate because we know that in FDMA system it is mainly for analog communication, but in TDMA we can say that digital data and digital modulation techniques can be used here. And then we can able to say about the different formats of the multiple access scheme. Here for the TDMA we can say that here we have a structure. In y-axis code, here x-axis the frequency, and here we have the time. So this is a time plot, and here you can see the available spectrum is now divided into n number of slots. So that is shown here as channel 1, 2, 3 up to n. So n number of time slots will be there based on the frame. So no changes in the wise of, because they all are using the same frequency. So in the diagram you can see no variation in the frequency. And the TDMA frame has a number of time slots, and each frame will be starting with a preamble, then information, then tail bits. And if you say that the TDMA TDD version we are using, then half of the time slot will be for frame information message for the forward link, and half for the reverse link. So TDMA TDD, half for the time slots in forward and half for the reverse. Then what we have is TDMA FDD system. So here an identical or a similar frame that will be used for either forward transmission or reverse transmission. So here half will be for forward and half will be for the reverse, but here the same will be utilized for both. And what you have in the preamble, because that is the first field in the TDMA frame, so we can say the preamble contains address and synchronization information, and also guard times will be there, because we know that the frequency spectrum has been divided into n number of channel slot. So between every slot we need to provide a guard channel, but guard channel we need to give us very limited. So limited guard channel is now preferred in this TDMA, because if more part of this if you make, then synchronization will become a problem. Okay, so guard times are maximum mainly is for the synchronization between receivers and slots. Now you are viewing the TDMA frame structure, and then the TDMA frame structure we have the first is preamble, then information message, then we have the trail bits. So in every slot trail bits will be there. So preamble here shows that there is a beginning of a new frame. Preamble here shows that there is a indication for a new frame, and based on that the receivers will be getting synchronized to be in contact and to receive the signal. Then what you have is information message. That is the actual message we transmit. Because there are overheads for preamble, for tail bits, for synchronization. Like that, some extra bits will be there, normally added in the frame. But here we can say that the information message is the actual message or the information which we now transmit from the sender to the receiver. So here in TDMA, this information part has been divided into n number of slots, and each slot will be occupied by each user, and each slot here will be having trail bits, synchronization bits, then information data, guard bits. So in one TDMA frame there will be number of slots, and each one slot will be having this much of format. Okay, so all in the guard bands. Overall, these all will be contained in this frame format, starting with the preamble and ending with the trail bits. So that is a peculiar format with the time division multiple access. Now we can see about the important features of TDMA. So here in TDMA, it shares a single carrier frequency with several users. So the frequency spectrum is now being divided into slots. Then the data transmission for user of a TDMA system is non-continuous. So only we are telling buffer and burst method, because here before one user start to transmit his data, he can utilize the buffer. He can store the data in the buffer, and once he got the slot, then at that time he can able to transmit. And because of this discontinuous format, we can say that handoff process are somewhat very simple, much simpler in TDMA system. Then the TDMA uses different time slots for transmission and reception. Thus here no need for any duplexers. So here it will be operating like a switch format. So no need for any duplexers. So then adaptive equalization. So adaptive equalization is necessary in TDMA systems. So when we say about adaptive equalization, that is based on, because here the transmission of the data, that will be more. So the data rate is more when compared to FDMA system. So what we can say here, equalization is needed, or it is required. Then what we can say is about the guard time. So the guard time we have in this TDMA, that should be minimized. Okay. So unlike other system, here the guard time we need to minimize, because if you make more content in that one, then it will cause some kind of adjacent channel interference. So, or we can say like the transmitter signal at the border of the time slot are suppressed sharply in order to shorten the guard time, then sometime it will cause some kind of adjacent channel interference. Then we have high synchronization overhead that is required in TDMA system, because we are using here buffer and burst transmission method. Then one of the advantage of the TDMA system is it is possible to allocate different number of time slots per frame to different users. So it is possible to allocate different n number of slots to different users. So because of this, we can say there is a bandwidth. The allotted bandwidth will be based on the demand. Then another important advantage I can specify here is the TDMA is very cost. It is more cost effective because we are undergoing digital transmission, digital modulation methods, buffer and burst method of transmission. So it's a kind of discontinuous transmission. So here the system is very advantageous and cost is more. Now coming to say about the number of channels in a TDMA system. So that we can able to calculate by means of the formula, that is n equal to m into b total minus 2b guard divided by bc. So here we say that the two guard bands are allotted here one at the low end of the frequency and one will be at the high end of the frequency band. So this we are providing in order to minimize the leakage which causes some kind of adjacent interference. For that only we will allow this. Two bands, two Gaud bands. And this term B total, that will be the total spectrum allotted, and BC is the channel bandwidth. So these were the contents we have in order to estimate or calculate the number of channels in a TDMA system. Now coming to the part of efficiency. The efficiency of the TDMA system is a measure of the percentage of the transmitted data that contains information as compared to the overhead. And the frame efficiency we denote by the term that is eta f, that is the percentage of the bits per frame which contain the transmitted data. So the frame efficiency, so the efficiency of a TDMA frame is based on how much number of bits is available, that actually the content for the actual data to be transmitted. Then the number of overhead bits per frame, that is calculated by a formula BOH is equal to NRBR plus NDBP plus NTBG plus NRBG. So here each one of the terms, NR for the number of referent burst, NT for the number of traffic burst, BR is the number of overhead bits per referent burst, then BP for the number of overhead bits per preamble in each slot, and BG for the number of equivalent bits in each Gaud time interval. Okay, so with this we can able to calculate the overhead bits. Then finally, the total number of bits per frame can be estimated by BT is equal to TF into R. TF stands for the frame duration and R for the channel bit rate. Now, the frame efficiency of the TDMA system can be calculated by the formula eta f is equal to 1 minus BOH divided by BT. So that is the formula which we have to calculate for the frame efficiency. So normally we denote the term frame efficiency by eta f. So that's all in the class today.